Hi, welcome back to Storytime with Susan. The book we are reading is The Adventures of the Bailey School Kids and Bogeymen Don't Play Football. We are on chapter 6, so let's continue. Wow, Melody whispered, like she just met Troy Aikman. Where did you get this? She gently took the ball from Huey and read the name signed on the bumpy leather. This football was signed by the Bailey Bombers coach, she said. How did you end up with that? Lisa asked. I told you, Huey said. I found it under my bed. Well, if you didn't put it there, who did? Eddie asked. Lisa giggled. Maybe the boogeyman did. Melody laughed, and Eddie rolled his eyes. But Howie grabbed Lisa's arm. He started breathing really hard. What's wrong? Lisa asked. Howie held his throat and tried to talk. Eddie grabbed Howie around the chest. We'd better do that Hamlet thingy before he dies. Howie jerked away from Eddie. It's the Heimlich maneuver, Howie told Eddie, but it's not necessary. You looked like you swallowed a dinosaur bone, Eddie pointed out. Howie shook his head. I'm not choking, he said. I just had an awful idea. Eddie shook his finger in front of Howie's nose. How many times do I have to tell you, he said. Thinking is dangerous. Not as dangerous as our student teacher, Howie said. What does Mr. Boogie have to do with cookies and a football under Howie's bed? Melody asked. Howie swallowed and looked around the playground to make sure no one else was listening. Because, he finally said, Mr. Boogie is the boogeyman. Eddie laughed and slapped Howie on the back. That's a good one, he said. My grandmother always said the boogeyman would get me if I didn't watch out. She likes to kid around too. I'm not joking, Howie told his friend. The boogeyman has moved to Bailey City, and he's a Bailey Bomber. And I'm the Super Bowl player of the year, Melody giggled. What would the boogeyman be doing in Bailey City? Lisa asked. I don't know, Howie told them, but it all adds up. The boogeyman hides out under beds, and he keeps kids up with terrible noises. That's exactly what's been happening to Eddie ever since Mr. Boogie showed up in our classroom. He did say he was going to get Eddie, Lisa said. All teachers say that about Eddie, Melody said. That doesn't prove anything. But this does, Howie pointed to the Bailey Bombers football that Melody held. Whenever you look under the bed for the boogeyman, he disappears. Only this time, the boogeyman left one of his toys under Huey's bed. Are you telling me the boogeyman is living under my bed? Huey squeaked. Howie nodded. But don't worry. Now that you cleaned under your bed, he'll probably move into your closet. Huey looked like he was ready to faint. Don't listen to Howie, Melody said. I'm pretty sure the boogeyman doesn't play football. Melody's right, Eddie said. Then he grinned and grabbed the Bailey Bomber football from Melody. But we do. Eddie took the football under his arm and took off running. Melody raced after him. Even Lisa, Howie, and Huey joined in the fun. They chased Eddie all around the playground. Melody was right on his heels. She reached out to tackle Eddie, but she never got a chance. Just as Eddie raced past the oak tree, a tall, dark shadow stepped in Eddie's way. Eddie tried to stop, but he tripped on his shoelace and rolled to the ground. Eddie looked up, and up, right into the face of Mr. Boogie. "You better watch out," said Mr. Boogie, "or I'm going to get you." Well, what do you think? Is Mr. Boogie going to get Eddie? Well, check out the next video. Like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.